Should do an episode where we don't say anything. Know. It's just like welcome.
It'll be like what's the name of that composer? John Green or
with
whatever.
The 4 minutes
4 or something. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. For 2 minutes. He did 3 of those.
He did 3 different recordings. I think after the first one, I think people knew what was up. By the next ones, you would think it loses that shock factor, you know.
But you're not doing the shock factor. You're there to record music. So what you do it enough where you get people in the crowd starting to beatbox, and then they sing, and then you got a whole new song.
Well, I think that was the point, right? The whole point of it was to to document and anxiousness.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Because from what I heard of the original recording, he sat at a piano, ready to play. And then he didn't for 4 minutes something. Yeah, and you can hear the recording, and you can hear people start, moving, shuffling in their seats and and stuff like that. And people are just becoming more and more agitated the longer it goes.
Because he sat down, he put his hands out to play, and then he pulled out a pocket watch, and then sat and watched it for 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yeah. And then he started playing.
No, I don't know what happened.
He probably did something else.
I think he did his concert afterwards because he was a musician.
His concert's ridiculous though. His music's so ridiculous though. His music's it's the hard, the far extreme of abstract art music. It's not even mathematical anymore. Like some of the weird shit. Yeah, it is. I remember we had to watch a video of him making music with cactus needles. It's not music. It was just some weird sounds he made with fucking. See,
it's good sound effects.
At first, I thought when my professor was going to show this, I was like, oh, he's going to do something crazy because different thicknesses of cactus needles might make different notes, so he's going to start doing crazy things. No, it's not music. It's just sounds.
It is music. Anything can be music. Sure, like this movie we watched, which was definitely a movie.
Oh damn! I was gonna bring out Giovanni Giorgio. Someone said that to Giovanni Giorgio one time.
Put the click in the 21st.
This is not music. This is the sound.
This is the sound of the future.
Oh my god!
You put the click in the 21st track.
But anyway,
I fucking love that song.
Who's hosting?
I got it. I guess. Who hosted the last one?
I don't remember.
Who was the Elvis one? I think at this point we kind of just been talking.
Thank you very much.
And just kept going into it. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was our podcast on cactus needles. Yeah. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to Totirap. Today is a very important day. We went back to our roots.
I watched a shitty movie.
On my birthday. Watched a really good movie.
We had to pull out the good old Shudder.
Fuck, dude.
See what the fuck was going on.
I typed in S, and then my website popped up. Shudder, definitely. And we watched it on
logged in. Browse the main page. This came up.
It wasn't even browse the main page. It was the first thing on the main page.
It looked interesting. I read the synopsis and I'm like, what kind of twist is this?
Did you read this?
Yeah, that's why I watched it. That sounds interesting.
See, I sat down, I went through Shudder, and it was the only thing that looked interesting. I was like, man, there's nothing coming out.
Yes,
Elvis on Shudder wasn't very good, but
oh my lord!
But finding this, I was like, well, I'm just gonna watch this. I did think from the color scheme it was gonna be like a Mandy knockoff.
I was kind of hoping.
Same.
Right. Or Colorado Space.
Colorado Space. Because the reviews seem pretty decent.
It's high. Yeah. Well, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's high.
Yeah, well, Rotten Tomatoes gives anything over a
60. I know, yeah.
So I do think it's in the...
Because I think on IMDb it's 5.5.
Yeah, I think it's higher than that, personally. Yeah. Not much, but...
I mean...
5.7.
Yeah, this movie reminded me of... It just reminded me of, it reminded me of someone...
A YouTube skit?
Huh?
A YouTube skit?
Yeah.
Really long YouTube
that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of a YouTube short film, which is not to say that's bad, right? I mean, there's high quality YouTube, stuff now. And obviously...
Look at our stuff.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, you can get your hand on decent equipment that lets you do a lot, right? Mm-hmm. But you can tell this is everything's shot on a handheld. And even if there is whatever stabilization or anything,
at this point.
yeah, that's what it is, right?
Yeah,
and
it's a low budget film.
Yeah, which is fine.
One location.
No, it had two.
Outside and inside.
There was outside the guy's house, with the scenes.
Oh yeah, there's the flashbacks.
Right.
And then anytime
CG,
inside,
dude, he was in the green.
oh, they brought
green.
the green screen to the bathroom.
Tell our viewers what the movie's called.
Glorious.
Yep, glorious.
Glorious. It's about a dude that gets his dick sucked by an eldritch beast.
Yep, it's great.
That's what the movie's about.
That's what I thought it was.
Dude,
I thought it was the perfect pun.
oh, dude, it's great because I also like the O has
Yeah.
the teeth and everything on it.
If I were just to look at that, it would give me PTSD flashbacks to teeth. That's probably what it would do.
Yeah. Yeah, don't stick your dick in,
Yeah, but
bathroom holes.
you could save the world.
Would you stick your dick in a hole if it meant you would save the universe?
Fuck, dude! If the Eldritch Beast or the Eldritch God had the voice of J.K. Simmons, like in this movie, I don't know, man. I might be tempted.
I can't find the cost to it.
Like what you said earlier, would it be hard?
Like I said,
Or soft?
like I don't know, man. I mean, if you're like super afraid because you're like super anxiety, you might have some, some performance anxiety because you're just not used to. Getting it on with an Eldritch deity on the other side of a really shitty bathroom stall.
That after killed a fucking dude brutally.
Yeah, after it kind of maimed a bro,
Do we want to spoil this movie?
Sure,
Yeah,
it's a shitty movie. That's the point.
movie-
It's the point of something like this. At this
the movie
point,
is 79 minutes with credits.
yeah.
It was really short.
I sat down and I'm like, hey, I needed something short to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
I just put it on and I'm like, wow, I watched YouTube videos longer than this.
I was gonna say, if the bacteria in this bathroom didn't kill him, his missing liver was going to.
Which did kill him.
Which did kill him.
Dude, I don't know, because this is a movie I said I just saw,
Yeah.
had the color scheme of fucking Mandy, so I was like, I'll just watch it. And then I didn't know what to expect because, like you said, you read the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't read nothing. I just put the movie on.
Fuck it.
I saw the guy has a foot in his hand.
Dude, he raw dogged this movie. He's just like, yep.
Pretty
did.
much, I'm like,
Yeah, he did.
what's the worst that can come out? And then as I was listening to it, we laughed. As I was listening to it, I was like, who's this Eldritch Beast? He sounds so familiar. And I Googled it, and I'm like, oh, no shit. It's our boy, J.K. Simmons.
I didn't know until he texted me the other day, like, have you seen this movie? Of course I've seen this movie.
I'm like, yeah, he saw it. Now he's
You
gonna
didn't
make Eddie
realize it
watch
was
it.
J.K. Simmons?
I know it was him until he said it. I was
The
like,
voice
oh,
is
shit.
iconic, dude. Well, when you watched Invincible, did you know it was J.K. Simmons?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That blows my mind.
That blows my mind.
Because the thing I forgot he was invincible because I've played so much Portal in my life. I was like,
Cave Johnson.
It's Cave Johnson.
Cave Johnson.
Fuck yeah. And then you guys said, oh, it's Invincible guy. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's invincible.
I forgot about
He's
that.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Well, the first thing you type in his name, you see him as Spider-Man.
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson.
No, Spider-Man himself.
Spider-Man.
I say,
Spider-Man.
but I don't know. I said I just went in blind, and then I heard the voice. I'm like, well, this movie's a 10.
Dude, J.K. Simmons carries this movie.
Well, easily.
He's the only character in this movie.
Yeah, the best character.
Bro.
I don't know. His dick in the hole is pretty good
I don't
character
know.
scheme right
Okay,
there.
the first scene in the movie, I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then you have this crazy man in a park right after that. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
And a teddy bear.
yeah.
Mhm.
I was just immediately confused.
Yep.
And then his acting wasn't very convincing.
No, it's not.
I was just like, yo, what kind of movie is this?
It's a YouTube skit.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. That's what I felt
pretty
like.
much. It was like,
I'm like from the angles, from the cinematography to the acting, and I'm like, this is a dude just trying to get something on his portfolio, making his way up in the world, you know?
He had a couple $1 million in his back pocket for J.K. Simmons as the voice actor.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. You know?
Easy, cheap.
Who knows even if you had to do that?
maybe he knew him.
I mean-
and then he's like, dude, I want to make a movie.
Because I think J.K. Simmons, he's credited as part of like the creation of this film.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the director?
No, it was like one of them. I don't know. It was weird. That was like on IMDb. Technically the actual director's name like Rebecca something. I don't remember her last name.
He was shadowing her. And he's like, we're going to make this movie very cheap. I'm going to perform for free.
Yeah. It might be what he did. Because I know he does a lot of voice acting stuff like that
Yeah.
and things. And that's kind of what he does. Because
It's basically
'Cause he's
what
the boss.
does. Yeah.
I like the setup. It's like, what if you go into this random bathroom and
Yeah.
you encounter an eldritch beast?
I mean, it's funny because when you look at the tag, right? And maybe this is
cast members.
Well, yeah, but like I was
Gary's best character.
I was when I saw like the tag is supposed to be horror comedy, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes so much.
It was very. I didn't see that tag. It looks spooky.
That's what makes it. Because if I saw this as just like a horror film, I'm like, there's so many things you could do to make this so much creepier. Mm-hmm. Like the music, like you just get rid of it. Like you make this shit silent and maybe just have ambient weird noise, even maybe like white noise or something like that in the background. And you could have made like some of like the interactions between him and the Eldritch Beast in the bathroom stall so much more tense. But I mean, it is going for, because it's ridiculous and it wants to lean into the ridiculousness of it. Which when you start looking at it that way, you're like, oh, okay, this is actually kind of great. This is beautiful. It's a YouTube skit.
I love
with a famous voice.
I love the joke.
It's great.
Oh yeah,
it's beautiful. Like when you look at it like that way, when you look at it like just like them leaning into the ridiculousness of what this is, and then kind of playing it for laughs.
Sorry.
Rebecca McKendry.
Yeah, that's the director.
Yeah, and like you play it for laughs. I'm like, this is just funny. This is great, in the sick kind of sense of humor that we all have. This is glorious.
You know, the main character. The main character had to fulfill the Eldritch Beast's corporeal needs.
So I like how we're saying there because we've seen this movie, so we watched it again with Eddie just to have something to watch, and he's like, "Don't tell me this is like a hentai skit, is it?" And we're all laughing. We're like, "Yeah."
I'm like, I see the glory hole. I see the name of this movie. I see the vibes J.K. Simmons is putting down. I'm picking them up. I know where this is going.
I think it would have been the same thing. He's like, "Fine, I'll put my dick in. It's fine." He's like, "What? I don't want this."
But my favorite part.
But these are the vibes you're putting. My favorite line. Fucking J.K. Simmons, like, I hope you can rise to the occasion. I'm like, you're leading into this way too hard.
It's either that line or it's the line he says after when he's like, "I didn't want your member.
I didn't want your jet."
I know. It's like why do you think I wanted a human penis? It's like you think like a men's genitalia was gonna be necessary to save the world.
Well, you don't gotta be rude about it.
I was like, this is great. I don't know if I liked the twist at the end. I don't know if I cared for it.
Well, where you had to cut his liver out?
No. That's whatever. That's fine.
Like he was a fucking killer.
Like he's a serial killer or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I mean, he does. Obviously, there's some flashbacks where he gives off those creepy vibes, and I can see it's funny, right? It's really funny because I did think of this a little bit at the very beginning, just the way it's like set up.
Yeah.
Because it's an idea I had for a short story forever ago anyway. Not the rest of it, but just the beginning of it.
They play your actual story?
No,
you heard it here first.
No, of course not, because it's not published anywhere. The only people that know it exists are people in a creative writing class I had in college like 8 years ago. So
Rebecca McKenna.
Yeah. She's from Utah.
No. But like no, and it's just the idea of the setup of this person being a serial killer and you're not knowing it, and the same thing with the car and the shot. It's not a very original idea.
An unreliable
unreliable narrator is something that's so common just to the idea of cosmic horror.
Everything in general, I'd argue.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like it's anything crazy revolutionary. And I'm like, this guy looks sus. I'm like, I'm gonna play it off because I don't want to be the person to be like, I caught it from the very beginning. I'm like, but the way this guy does things is pretty fucking sus.
I thought it was just like this guy. He just lost his girl or whatever. He was doing just some weird shit.
Oh no, I thought he killed her.
And
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
I wasn't watching. Just like, yes.
Like because I saw like the reaction and like the flash, like a little bit of the flashbacks in the beginning. I'm like, he killed her. I didn't expect everything else, but I'm like, he killed her, and this is gonna be an Eldritch God guilt tripping him through this entire thing, and that's what I figured this was gonna be, and I was kind of right.
Yeah,
but.
I forgot. The other line I did was like a lot is the ending line where he's like, I'm gonna die a hero, and he's like, no, heroes will be remembered.
You're gonna be forgotten.
You're gonna be forgotten just like me, the way it should be. And I'm like,
great.
damn, that's a fucking line and a half.
And then obviously, you know, like we're both beings of destruction, right? And I'm just like, oh, okay, I see where you're going with this. I'm like, and it was one of those things. Like I was like, okay, whatever. I'm like, I get it now. I mean, I get what you're doing with everything. It's fun.
Of course,
it's funny.
I think this movie should have felt more into the funniness, if that makes sense. It felt like it had like it felt like it had like seriousness, joke for like, you know, another 5%, then seriousness and then joke. I think it either should have just fallen a little more far into the funny and over the top.
I think it started becoming funny to me when he's telling his backstory and then he just cuts him off to pee.
Oh yeah.
Well, his name, that part was pretty funny. Say my name, you gotta touch your tongue.
I was just like, what the fuck?
I thought he was pranking him because, you know, like he has all the fecal matter.
Dude,
and
I was
stuff.
expecting him to say some like magical bullshit, and this man was gonna pull out his own tongue or something like. I'm expecting the worst. I'm like. I've read enough cosmic horror. This guy's gonna say some magic voodoo, and this man's gonna rip out his own tongue, and then it's just gonna grow back naturally. It's gonna be like some weird mind fuckness because it's gonna be fuck the audience or some bullshit.
I loved when they introduced a second guy in the bathroom. Oh, yeah. And when your mind went, I was just like, "Whoa, dude!"
Yeah, you're like, "Is it gonna be three-way? I think it's gonna fuck each other." Is that what?
Yeah, the Eldritch Horror is gonna. There's too much euphoria in my head. What? That's what I was like, half expecting this to turn into. This is just euphoria with an eldritch guy and some unlucky dudes in a really shitty bathroom.
But nope.
Literal shitty bathroom.
And so there's so many parts that I think the middle is the best part of this movie by far. The first part just built up. I kind of didn't pay attention to like I normally don't.
The first part is really weak.
Yeah. They also brought in that weird character with that girl.
I think she's just supposed to be unsettling. That's it.
I think it's just like his like guilt.
Yeah.
He doesn't have guilt. He's a fucking serial killer.
He pretends to have guilt.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
But like you just see her, she's lost in the space. I thought she, like, for the longest time, I thought she was either going to be the monster towards the end.
Okay.
Or that she was going to be like, she went through the same thing he just went through.
I can see that.
But she got out because she's not bad.
She's just a priestess, dude. We played enough Cult of the Lamb.
It's true.
That's what she is.
She brought the guy in. She's like, "Here's your chocolate bar. Lace it up."
Basically, like
at some point,
it's like sacrifice collected. My faith should go up. Yeah, baby.
All right, because then she looks at the I don't know, something on the floor. It was like emanating some like energy.
Yeah.
So I thought she was gonna play an important role in this, and then it was just
dude.
It was a throwaway character.
She even helped like look at the car, help him with stuff. Yeah. It was just very like something's gonna happen here.
I think it's just meant to be unsettling.
Yeah,
That's it.
It's a red herring.
Yeah, basically. It's just an unsettling red herring.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, because I just looked up the cast and like 5 people. And who's the fifth? I'm like, oh yeah, she was in the movie for 2 minutes.
If that,
pretty much. I was just like, oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's a fun movie. It's a fun little just jaunt.
I'm so happy I watched this just for J.K. Simmons. Just from sitting there watching it, I'm just like,
oh, you know, it was a fun game I like to play. Read the graffiti, because the little graffiti statements everywhere were top tier.
I don't think I really read them.
I ain't read any.
I was, because you know, my brain is I start looking at the ADHD kicks in, right, and I'm like, this is the type of movie where they put jokes or little funnies in the little things, and it's so funny. It's like there's things like graffiti is shit, and there's other like weird little stupid things in the background, and I'm just like, yo, man, I'm like, this isn't even the stuff someone would write in there.
Now I want to go into like bathrooms like that. Graffiti shit.
Where's the gang symbol?
Where's the name?
Where's the name? Where's the name and number, you know?
Where's the, if you read this, you're blank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's one of my favorite ones that I saw somewhere. Oh, there's someone drew like arrows. They're like, look this way and then look that way and like look up, and it just is like your dick. Get
a lot of those. I do like the art for.
Oh yeah,
that
thing's dope.
I sat there. I thought. Well, what I thought was the Eldritch Being was going to be the wall itself.
Oh yeah,
and not actually be a creature on the other side.
When we first started the movie, I think I looked away for a second, and I thought that was the wall.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was the wall. There's like just a hole in the wall, and it's fucking like Silent Hill, and that's what's talking to him. I'm like, oh no, there's a stall on the other side. This is a standard glory hole. that someone decided it'd be really cool to draw this fucking crazy ass picture on the stall.
I don't think I would stick my dick in that. Just saying.
That's my new goal in life. I'm going to like public restrooms, trying to find a hole, and I'm gonna draw a fucking Eldritch Beast.
Different ones.
Stick your dick in here, motherfucker.
You're like some weird perverted version of Banksy.
Wait, so shred your dick after you stick it in? Is that what you're doing?
No, yeah, totally. That's what your art is. Your street art is just painting Eldritch Beings on glory holes and random bathrooms in the middle of
it's the new
Bodunk America.
Okay. It's glory hole art.
It's glory hole.
It's pretty top tier though.
I use special paint for black light, so you can't tell the difference.
It's beautiful. But it was great. I loved it. And then I realized it was another style. And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. All right.
What did you think of the creature? Like, even the creature.
Dude, I would almost prefer if it was the thing on the wall.
Mm-hmm. I prefer it was the thing.
I mean,
it's very blobbish.
It's just blobs and eyes, which I guess is pretty standard for Lovecraft, right?
Yeah.
Or standard cosmic horror, right?
I was expecting more Kraken-y.
I was expecting more tentacles.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to look almost like disfigured humanoid with tentacles and eyes and.
Dude, did they have the budget to make it look all crazy?
Yeah, but they made the other one pretty cool looking. The father,
the tentacle bolt, the goo in the tentacles. Yeah, is what I like to say. The bubbles in the tentacles.
Pretty much. I didn't mind that one as much.
No,
that's
fine.
Coming from the wall.
Yeah, I did like the little backstory, like the little lore stuff. I'm just like, this is nice.
This needs his own movie.
This is nice. Just J.K. Simmons talking about eldritch horrors and how he's one of them. Like, this is nice.
I like how he's just an eldritch horror running away from his dad. The only way he can hide is
in a random bathroom stall.
Yeah, it's by using other people's livers.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you that lady's a priestess. I'm telling you, she's in on it. She got some fucking voodoo thing, and she's just like, "There's gonna be a dude, and you just gotta keep him there and get him into the bathroom."
She'd show up at the end.
Oh yeah,
it's one of the siblings.
You know what it's like? It's like not to disparage a much better movie, but it's like at the end of that movie, just the name just whoo, the Korean zombie movie that we watched with the Oni.
What the fuck?
It's the long one. It's like 2.5 hours. It has the devil and stuff.
With zombies?
Well, yeah.
It's
got a couple undead fuckers.
Fuck.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think it's the one that you thought was horror-y, but then it wasn't, right? That one?
I mean, it is kind of, but...
Well, yeah, but it wasn't as, like, what you thought it would be.
No. It didn't fuck my brain the way stuff like that kind of does sometimes.
I don't remember watching this.
Give me a second.
We watched it in the basement of the house.
We've watched them multiple times.
I think Eric was there.
No, the Wailing.
Well, the Wailing.
Right.
So I figured it would be like the end, the end of the Wailing when you figure out spoilers.
I've never seen it all the way through because it's fucking long.
I don't want to spoil it.
He's not gonna watch it.
I don't watch it. Just tell me
because it's so good.
I think the Wailing's like a 9.
It's so good.
It's
now
really
I don't want to fucking spoil it because I haven't watched it. My anecdote is completely thrown out the window.
Cover your earmuffs.
Let me leave.
Watch the Wailing and don't listen to me if you haven't watched the Wailing. But it's like the whole priest thing in there. There we go. I said that. That's enough. That might not. That won't spoil things. But you understand what that's what I was thinking. The ending of this might be.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. How that works.
I kind of thought that too. Well, I said because you obviously see her for like 10 seconds and then she just disappears for the whole movie. So you forget about it.
Yeah.
But now we talk about her. I'm like, it'd be good if they did something with her.
I just remember her when you brought it up.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It was a character.
It's an unfired Chekhov's gun.
Pretty much. They're like, here's the gun. You want to use this? And I'm like, nah, we don't need it.
is major red herring. This is just to be like, I can just imagine the reading of the script now. It's like, you are just going to be creepy. That's it.
Be unsettling.
How long do I have to be on camera for? 2 seconds.
5 minutes. Only 5. Do I come back?
Nope.
No. Is there any payoff to this? No.
Here's $5.
You were just meant to set the tone, and that's it.
You're coming here for 1 day to film. That's it.
Well, I'm pretty sure all of them were there for like 1 day to film almost at this point.
This was a 2-day film.
Okay, 2 day film. Okay, I can see that.
You think so?
That dude tried hard. Okay.
He did try hard, but I don't think this movie was like a very hard movie to make in a day or two.
No.
It's like, what are those game dev things they do?
Which ones?
The ones where they're like, oh, make this type of game in 24 hours.
Oh, like those things that YouTubers do and stuff like that. I don't know what you're
Well, they're like YouTube build or not YouTube game builds.
I make a game. Oh, never mind.
It's a game builds. Like there's a whole community that like, oh, this week we're doing
whatever
random X game.
Yeah.
Somehow they build it in a week and it's God tier. And you're like, what the fuck? It took me a week to make my character go from here to there.
Why is it that cosmic horror and the color purple?
That's what I'm saying.
It's just like it's a thing.
I think there's something about purple light.
Purple's just a good color. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
yeah.
We use it.
But it's just this weird thing. I think I don't know. I think it's just because it feels otherworldly.
Yeah.
Does it remind you of space?
Maybe, but it's not like space is purple.
Yeah,
but it reminds you of space.
Yes.
I feel like it's that lighting that you get from like kind of
I mean, it's the harsh end of like cool light.
Yeah.
And it's also like almost at that point of high energy.
Yeah.
Because that's the color of higher energy waves that we can see, right? You think of ultraviolet and stuff past that. And maybe that it's more that, which is interesting that they don't go the opposite direction, which would be red. But maybe because red already has a
I think red is too.
It's like hell.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Too aggressive.
I also think it's that. And obviously movies have their own visual shorthand, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like you said, if this is a horror film, red is obviously a shorthand for something demonic
or murder.
Or something like that, right? So, and I feel like, because seeing purple at the exact opposite of that spectrum, it just feels like otherworldly, the way it just shines on things. It doesn't feel right.
I just think it's a good color now. Like as a kid, or even for most of my life, red was always like that color for me. But I think purple's taking a big spot.
I like purple light,
I love purple.
But I don't like purple clothing.
That's fine.
I agree with that. Yeah, but I also don't like red clothing's not my favorite either. I think those colors are a little too like.
That's why I always thought it's funny, right? We watched the Color Out of Space, right? And it's supposed it's supposed to be this otherworldly like color that the brain can't comprehend.
It's purple.
Purple. It is some shade of purple.
I think Mandy was also purplish.
It's like more red. The beginning had those purplish, but it was more red near the end.
Is that what it was?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Red was like the big, like when he, I mean the whole,
I know it's all blood,
like the whole framing of like the cult house and stuff is all red.
Yeah, that's what I remember. That
because the beginning's purple, like when the dude's standing there with his fucking dick out. Yeah, sure, that's all purple, right? Am I wrong? With his like fucking 20-minute monologue just dangling out there in the free air.
Bigger under purple light. Keep going.
And he's having his monologue. That's all purple, and I think the beginning of that movie is like it has those tones.
Yeah.
But the further you get into the movie, it becomes red. It's just red, and everything is like a stark red.
I almost feel like if we're going for lighting, like purple is just a good eerie color.
Yeah.
But I think if you're doing it like how Mandy did it, it's a good way to, if you're changing from purple to red, like, to almost show how the character has started to go just completely batshit.
Oh, yeah.
Purple means, in my mind, like something crazy is going to happen.
Yeah.
But red means shit went down or is going down, and there's no stopping.
I think cool colors in general have this weird like futuristic science fiction vibe to it. Just in general. Like blues and like greens. Yeah. It's you think of any like cyberpunk movie, those three that cooler end of the spectrum, what everything is. Yeah. With all the lights
with like
and
an
everything.
Outline of a red or
with a little bit of red and some other stuff just for color pop, right? But for the majority of the time it's all these cool colors, and even most of those movies have almost like a cool filter to them.
Yeah.
when you think of something like Blade Runner or something like that, right?
So, well, the cooler colors are also supposed to be more relaxing too, or not relaxing, but they're supposed to put you less on. Like red means you're just your heart rate, your agitation up. Where purple, you're just uneased. It's a good uneasy color.
I don't feel right. Maybe it's kind of funny, right? So part of it, you have to wonder how much of it is just learned through just watching so many movies and consuming so much media that this color just has this this meaning to you now.
Yeah.
Right? More than just like...
People like, purple, good color. It's dark, but not too dark.
Well, I mean, it used to be color royalty, right?
That
and blue, because it was almost impossible to dye something those colors because almost nothing in nature naturally produces them.
Blue is literally impossible.
Yeah. Even blueberries are fucking purple. Or violet, I guess.
Blueberries are otherworldly.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Shit.
They're aliens, dude.
That's what they eat in space, dude.
That's where it came from.
They grow on asteroids.
And maybe that's what it is. It's like it's a color that's so rare and so like weird. So I don't know. Maybe there's, or maybe conspiracy theory, right? Let's throw this out. Maybe there's like
there's aliens out there. They use purple.
Maybe there's in our lizard brain, right? In like the very center of our cerebral cortex in there, there's this idea, right? That the color, like we have this survival instinct that the color purple equals some weird batshit stuff. So we just see it now and we're just like,
it's deep in your genes. Like, nah,
it's in the human genome. Purple light just equals fucked up shit from space.
It's like we see bright colors in the animal kingdom. You're like, those are gonna kill me. We see purple, like, nah, dude, go over there.
That's something else completely.
Why wasn't in Predator, dude?
That's true. He's not otherworldly.
No.
He's not enough.
He's
otherworldly adjacent.
Yep.
I was gonna say, did he bleed purple? No, he didn't. Never mind.
Different movie.
No, he's got neon green though. Yeah. He's got the neon green going down.
That's how they make neon signs.
Neon green blood.
My favorite. I don't know how to rate this movie.
I think this movie, for what it is, I think it's like a 6 or a 7.
I can't give it a number, so I'm gonna give it a letter.
Okay, give me a letter.
It's a C.
It's a C?
It's a C.
Doesn't that just translate to a 5?
No.
Wait, no, but are we going off of like, you're just saying a random letter, or is it like an alphabet? Like,
well, it's like A, from A through F.
A, B, C, D, F.
Yeah. So it's like A plus or A is a great movie or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a C.
I think this is,
but I can't give it a number.
I think this is like
I enjoyed it, but like I don't know if it was.
That's kind of a stupid way to grade that.
Yeah,
I don't know how to.
I like his idea. B minus C plus. Yeah, I'll put it in there.
Fucking epsilon. I don't. Nothing makes no goddamn sense. We're just gonna throw Greek letters down.
Outerworldly.
I think I give the score pi.
But
infinitely rated.
I'm gonna do you one better.
Okay.
It's a 5.
I
added another letter. Technically, pi is a higher number than the other one, but that's
you do an imaginary number.
Congratulations. Okay. We'll write this out mathematically. The square root of -1.
Push up your glasses. Okay.
Actually,
the square root of -1. There you go. That's your imaginary number. Because that's literally what I is supposed to equal mathematically.
Great movie, imaginary.
Makes your brain think.
It's a square root of -1 out of 10.
It makes you think why you're afraid of the color purple.
Okay. Would you recommend this to watch?
I think it depends on the person.
I think it's short enough.
It's
only
short.
An hour.
Be like, go. I mean, you have time to kill. I mean, everyone's bored, right? Just content surfing. I bet, by all means, go for it. Watch this movie.
If you're like at a party or like a gathering and like you have nothing to do, you're like, hey, we want to watch this shitty movie.
I think this is a great like in the background party movie.
Watch it for J.K. Simmons.
Yes.
True.
Watch it for J.K. Simmons.
He has an erotic voice in this movie.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just J.K. Simmons. It's just normal voice. That's always how it is. I hear Cave Johnson. I'm like, that man's a stud.
Is there anything else you want to say on this movie?
No.
Okay. I do want to say, did anyone watch, how is it called? It's a video game everyone's playing, the horror one.
The Mortuary Assistant?
Yeah.
Cult of Lamb?
Called it.
Have you seen the Mortuary Assistant?
No, I've been meaning to.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
I think it's a really good game. I'd recommend it.
So is it only on Steam?
I think so. I don't think it's on.
I don't know.
I think it's a computer game only.
Yeah.
God damn it. What's it called?
The Mortuary Assistant.
Did you watch Autopsy of Jane Doe?
No. Wait. Yes.
It's the one with the.
It's like that, isn't it? Something like that.
It's close to that. It's very uneasy.
Isn't that movie fucked up?
I hate that movie personally because I hate like dead bodies.
You just don't like body horror.
Well, I didn't even mind the body too much,
Yeah.
but it was like it's already someone dead, and then I always have like that phobia of like something coming back. And then she was a witch, and she was still alive technically while she was being autopsied.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that movie fucked me.
You're doing autopsies?
Yeah. You're helping in a mortuary.
Oh
And you're
God.
trying to like dispel the demon that's trying to like
Do some weird
yeah.
demon
There's 5
shit.
endings to it. I think it's a pretty good game. The jump scares are they're not even like full jump scares. It's just very uneasy, and then there is jump scares.
Yeah.
But from
What I'm
watching
doing tonight.
it, all the hours of content, there's just so much that
there's
this
so
guy
much.
put into it.
Yeah.
It's not like you see the same thing over and over again. It's very just here's a new jump scare. Here's a new spot. Something's
Good luck.
hiding. Yeah. We recommend playing it or watching it. Definitely a good game.
I've been meaning to.
$25.
That's it.
Very cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember someone played it when it was a what do you call it? Beta.
Alpha.
But
Whatever.
this is the finally full release.
Data.
Theta. Yeah, Theta. I rate the game Theta out of 10.
Alpha beta.
What's the numerical value
Of
Of
Theta.
what?
of Theta?
I don't know if theta has a numerical value. Well, like, how are you quantifying this
It's
numerical
Theta out
value?
of 10. So
Theta out of 10.
What if theta's past 10?
well, then it's over 10. That's good.
Are we assigning numerical value by position in the alphabet? Are we assigning it based on some other?
No, it's just out of 10.
Oh, okay.
If you're a math nerd, please correct us.
I know we're stupid.
What? I'm smart. I went to college.
That don't mean shit.
And I passed high school. Straight E's.
Ease?
I always wondered why they did that. I understand, having the F for like fail, but it always weirded me out that E was skipped.
I think A is for
I thought E was for pass. Or
the E. No, because isn't it I for like
complete?
incomplete?
Yeah, there's that. Yeah,
I don't think
which
E
is basically a
means
fail
anything.
anyway.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't mean. I don't think it means a fail. It just means you didn't do it.
Maybe it means something somewhere else in the world.
I don't know, the American system is just weird.
Of course
Why is
it
it
is.
letters? Where could you just be like, this is one?
Well, why is
100%?
Well, there is a numerical value attached to these letters.
Yeah. Well, why is 65 passing and 60 failing? Why not have the one or the other?
There's no way they decided how to do
It's a
this
fucking
thing.
65.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
Because what is it, 70 and up? Or 70 to 79 is a C, but you're telling me a D is 69 to 65? What a shitty number system is that? Why not make it 60 at that
the one who decides how this works.
And then failure is like fucking 40% of the grade?
As a person who spent a lot of his time on that lower end of the register, I don't understand.
This is why we have the imperial system.
Yep. The best
Sure.
system.
Oh god,
Sure.
That's a hot take.
Okay, anyone got anything
no.
else on news? Anything they watch they want to talk about?
No, I'm still watching The Sandman.
We'll
One day-
hopefully
one
talk
day I'll
about that
finish
next
it.
week. And then we'll
Yeah.
also talk about Nope
Yep.
Yep,
or nothing. Nope. Or yep, what is it?
and whatever comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if anything else
First
is going to
episode
come
of
out.
Lord of the Rings.
That's next week.
Or is all of it coming out at once?
I think it's weekly.
Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, is that next week?
No, it's on the 8th. So like 2 weeks.
Oh, hell yeah.
We'll all be busy. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Now, come watch that episode when we recorded.
With
2 months
with
from
best
now.
girl.
Marilyn Monroe?
Best
She's already
girl.
dead, though.
True.
She's still best girl.
True, she's still best girl. But modern day best girl.
But, that was fun. Thanks for watching another shitty horror movie with us.
Yeah,
been a while.
Thanks for watching. If you live in Utah, we'll be at a convention soon.
Yeah, we'll be at
We will.
FanX. We'll
At
be
FanX,
selling
yeah.
shit,
Come hang
buying
out.
shit. Oh, we also have stickers, I guess, on the Patreon and
Yeah.
other stuff.
Bunch of
Everything's
other
linked in
There's
the
a
description.
coupon here somewhere. I think still.
It's still there.
Yeah.
You get 15% off. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.
All right. Peace.